What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode here in the Tree Viper room. A lot of people have been asking me for another video in here, so I figured we'll do a nice little filming. We got to feed some of the animals, and I'm going to go over some of the new stuff that I've actually been doing in here. Alright guys, Nace here. Now here in the Tree Viper room, I did build a nice new shelf. This is going to be for my baby tree vipers, so I could fit 2 of these small cages, so I'll have a total of 6 of them. They actually have their own misting system, which is this guy here behind me, but right now the only thing I have on here is the fancy pan viper and also the yellow eyelash viper. Now we're not going to feed these guys today because I did feed them yesterday. They are on a completely different feeding schedule than most of my other snakes because 1, they are babies, and 2, the eyelash viper doesn't eat as much as your normal tree viper baby would. So we're going to skip these guys and we're going to come on over here to the nice big vivarium that I have the Pope's tree viper in. It's time to feed him. Or you could call this one a paludarium because it is half land, half water. Now I've kind of been having some trial and errors with this thing, working on different problems, but I hopefully think I got the filtration system for the water fixed. I'm doing all bioactive stuff with this, even the filter, so it's going to have enzymes and bacteria and stuff like that that filter on it through rocks for the water itself. It's been a very long process, but I almost redid this entire cage because of it, but I ended up not doing it and finding a way around it. So all the plants are growing really nice in here. I'm really happy with it. As you can see right here. All right, so the Pope's tree viper, when I first got him, he would only eat at night. And he would only eat if I left him alone, but now he's doing a lot better. He has eaten for me on camera quite a few times. As you can see there, he is quite hungry. So this is one of my top 3 definitely favorite tree viper species. For those of you guys that do follow me on Instagram, I actually just posted an awesome picture of him not too long ago, and I put a bunch of new pictures of him up on SmugMug too, you know, that are available for purchase if anybody does like him that much. So again, this one's growing in awesome. I do love it. He is definitely hungry. One day I would like to get a female for him, but I never know if it's going to be available. So we're going to close him up. Okay, so in here I have the pair of white-lipped tree vipers. The male is actually up on top there, the female hiding in the little log like she always does. The male is actually going into shed, which is awesome. He hasn't shed in a couple months. This one is growing in phenomenally. This is the first bigger one that I did. And if you actually look very carefully at the sphagnum moss here too, it's actually starting to turn green. That means it's starting to grow, which is awesome because when you get this stuff, it's very dried out. You can kind of use it to fill in around plants and stuff like that to help keep the moisture in soil, but eventually it will start growing if it is properly taken care of. So that's actually a really good sign of a good vivarium if your sphagnum moss starts to grow. So I'm really happy about that. All the plants are doing phenomenal. I've seen bugs in here constantly. The little succulent is starting to grow, which is cool. So this cage is doing, again, phenomenal. Really happy about it. All right, so right next to them, I do have the blue Insularis. Now you notice he doesn't actually have a misting system and he is not over with the babies just because I kind of have him as a filler here for 1, and 2, I don't have him on a misting system because these guys come from the Komodo Islands where the Komodo dragons come from. It's actually a very dry climate there. It's not really too humid. A lot of people will actually kill these guys as babies because they spray them down way too much thinking it's a normal tree viper, but it's not. 1, it's blue, so it's definitely not normal, but 2, their humidity level is actually kept down. So about every 3 to 4 days, I actually will just spray down the bedding of this to help the bugs keep nice and hydrated, and also the plants as well. But as for spraying him, I do not do that. If he is thirsty, he has access to a water bowl, and that's all the water he really needs. But again, already fed him yesterday. Fed all the baby stuff. The Crested gecko, he's doing pretty cool. Let me see if I can pull him out. He has grown tremendously since, don't jump, he's grown so much since the last time you guys probably saw a video with him. Once I put him in this new cage, his size almost doubled. So he's doing really awesome, really happy. He's getting really pretty, actually. Here, you wanna go back in your cage? No, no, you gotta go that way. You just gonna sit there? You can call these guys the eyelashes of the gecko world, because those beautiful eyelashes. Come on. It's kind of funny, I tried to hand feed him a cricket the other day and he decided to miss the cricket and latch onto my finger. Didn't feel too good. All right, so over here, this is a new one that I had gotten done recently. This is an 18 by 18 by 18. I do have 3 different plants in here, which one of them is actually an orchid right here, a nice little plant there, and that big one in the back. That big one in the back, if you may or may not remember, I did have a taller cage in here that I was using temporarily. I said I was going to take it apart. I took it apart. Used the plants, put some of them in my little plant nursery. So in here right now, this is only temporary, is actually, gotta find my snake hook, is the flat-nosed pit viper that Summer had gotten me for Christmas. Let's see, I want to pull him out because he is actually hidden. So he, believe it or not, these guys aren't too much of a arboreal species as everybody thinks they are. They are going to, if you guys want, you can come a little closer. He's right here in the front now. So when he looks like he's actually going to shed soon. He's very, very dark. So when I redo his cage, he and the female are going to be getting a cage just like this one here that the Squams are in, which is an 18 by 18 by 36 long. So he has lots of ground space to hide out in. But we're going to go ahead and feed him because he definitely needs to eat. The female, we're going to check up with her here in a little bit too. There you go, he smells it. Oh, nice. Nice little strike there. So he is super dark right now. Excited to see him shed. Might go ahead and try and get some photography pictures of him once he does shed because he's got really high reds in his pattern as well. So cool, we're gonna close him up. All right guys, so we're here with the Squams. This cage is, I'm beyond thrilled with the way this cage turned out. The sphagnum moss is growing in this one even better than the first one I showed you guys. I do have all 4 Squams in here. The purple one, which is actually tucked up over here, you can't see it yet, but we're gonna try and feed it even though he is in shed right now, but he might actually eat. The green one is tucked up over here, the red male, which the green one's also a male. The yellow one here, excuse me, is also a male, looking phenomenal, and the red female. The red female, if you look right here, is so unbelievably fat. So I've been saying she's gonna give birth any day now for quite some time. Now I really do believe it. So I was talking to a very good friend of mine who is a breeder of Squams, and with what we both figured, she's gonna pop these babies out within the next week, only because she's very uncomfortable. She's constantly moving. She's basking herself under the lights when I do have the heat light on her. So any day now, and he thinks with her size, she's gonna pop out anywhere from 11 to maybe 15 Squams. So really exciting about that. I'm gonna try and film it if I'm home when it does happen. I've been coming in here every hour, on the hour, checking on her, but enough of that. Let's try and feed these guys. I know you guys haven't really seen them in a little bit, so we're gonna go ahead. Let's try and feed the purple one first. So you guys are gonna wanna come on over here. So the purple one's sitting right here. Again, a little bit in shed there, so we're gonna hopefully be able to get him to eat. All right, so let's see if he's hungry. So this is a good sized little rat pinky for him. Oh, he might actually eat it. Yeah, he's gonna eat it. Yes, beautiful. So there is a funny stage with these guys being in shed or any snake that you can actually probably still get them to eat, but it's knowing when they're at that right stage. Yesterday when I came in here, probably wouldn't eat. His eyes are still a little glossy. His eyes have started to clear up a little bit, so that's perfect. Look at this green male. Come over here and look at him. Look how phenomenal he looks. Look at that eye, the way he's sitting on the perch. How perfect is that snake right there? So crazy. Look at that male right now. He looks so phenomenal just sitting there. Like you can't beat that. So we're gonna go ahead and try and get these guys fed too. Let's see if the yellow one, I'm sure he'll eat. Nice. So he already started taking down that head. And then last but not least, the green one. Oh, he's already ready. Look at him. He's coming out at me already. All right, he's coming for it here. Oh, what? Jeez. So he just launched about 8 inches from his little perch there to grab that pinky off the tongs. So crazy. So all 3 of them, all 3 males right now have pinkies. Doing awesome. So that is the end of that. So I have 3 left. I'm going to try and feed the pygmy rattlesnake, the red phase purple maculatus, and also the female flat nose pit viper. He's actually starting to eat this thing already. He's downing that thing. That's a good sized meal for him. So I probably won't end up feeding him for about another 2 weeks now, just because that's a good size. He's about to go into shed. So let's go check up on the female really quick. We'll try and get her to eat, and that'll be that. All right, guys, so here is the big female. I'm gonna try and pull her out here. So she is a lot bigger than the male that we have inside. Stunning copper colored eye. I absolutely love this snake. So eventually I would like to try and breed these guys. Nobody really breeds them in captivity here in the States that I at least know about. So they are sexually dimorphic because the females get bigger than the males, and they actually don't have as much as a pattern as the males as well. So they're a little bit more blah, but they're a really neat snake because they do have little tiny eyelashes. So we're gonna go ahead and put her back in here. And we're gonna feed her here in the tote. I know this girl's hungry. I do have a nice size pinky here for her. So let's see here. Probably gonna eat the tongs with it, but oh. Whoa, geez, I jumped on that one. Crazy. Definitely hungry. I knew that was gonna happen. So she's definitely a big, pretty girl. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for this one, guys. I wanted to catch up with you guys on the snake room so you guys can see it again. I know a lot of people have been asking, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Subscribe if you are not already. Smash that like button if you haven't already. And thank you for watching. Thank you to my Patreons for watching. You guys are truly awesome. We'll see you guys in the next video, like always. Bye!